The human ship Odyssey floated silently through the dark stretches of space. Stars stretched like tiny sparks on black silk, and the hum of the ship's engines was the only sound that reminded the crew that they were alive. 4 humans moved within its corridors, each focused on their own task. Nora, the captain, walked briskly from the command deck to the observation window. Her eyes traced the patterns of distant constellations, but her mind lingered on the strange signal they had detected earlier. It had been faint at first, just a soft pulse among the noise of the cosmos. Lian, the communications officer, had been the first to notice it. "It is unusual," he said, his voice calm but firm. "I have never seen a signal like this. It seems deliberate." Raffi, the engineer, leaned over his console. His fingers danced over the controls as he adjusted the ship's sensors to track the origin. "It's coming from the edge of the Siren system," he said. "But the star there has been dead for thousands of years. How can a signal come from a dead star?" Sela, the ship's science officer, joined them. Her eyes lit up with curiosity. "Maybe it is not the star. Maybe it is something left behind. Something waiting." Nora turned from the window and nodded. "Whatever it is, we will find it. Prepare the ship for a closer approach. We are going in." The Odyssey moved smoothly through the void, guided by careful hands and advanced navigation systems. Outside, the dead star glowed faintly, a dull ember among brighter suns. As they approached, a strange feeling settled over the crew, like the weight of watching eyes. The signal grew stronger, rhythmic, and soft, almost like a heartbeat. When they entered orbit around the lifeless planet, the station appeared in the distance. It was old, much older than any human structure, and it seemed to float in space without effort. Its metal surface was dark, but faint lights flickered across the exterior. The signal came from it, steady and pulsing. "Beautiful," Sela whispered. "And frightening." Raffi grunted. "It looks abandoned. We should be careful. There is no telling what could be inside." Nora nodded. "Standard procedure. But we go." "Lian, open the docking channel." The Odyssey glided closer until a large hatch opened on the station. Magnetic locks aligned with the ship's docking system, and a quiet hum signaled the connection. As the airlock sealed, Nora led the team into the station. The interior was dark but not empty. Shadows stretched across the walls, and the air carried a faint metallic scent. Strange symbols covered the corridors, etched deep into the walls. They were unlike any language the humans had seen, yet parts of the symbols felt familiar, almost as if they were reaching into the crew's minds. "Look at this," Sela said, her hand hovering over the carvings. As she touched one, a sudden image flashed through her mind. She gasped, stepping back. "What is it?" Nora asked. I saw something," Sela said slowly. "A memory that is not mine. It is old, older than humans. It feels like a story, alive, and then, gone." Raffi frowned. "Memories? Are you saying the station can store thoughts?" "It seems so," Sela replied, her voice trembling slightly. "Not just information, but consciousness. Something in this station is alive in a way we do not understand." The team moved deeper into the station. Their flashlights cut through the darkness, revealing halls lined with panels and consoles. Some screens flickered to life when the humans approached, displaying patterns that pulsed in sync with the signal. The rhythmic sound grew louder, filling the crew with a sense of awe and unease. "This station is ancient," Lian said. "And it is still sending a signal. Someone or something wanted to be found." Nora's eyes narrowed. "Then we must find out why. Keep your eyes open. Nothing is normal here, and nothing is as it seems." As they explored, they came to a large chamber at the center of the station. It was round, with a high ceiling that disappeared into darkness. At the center stood a pedestal with a small device emitting the pulsing signal. The device was simple in shape, yet its design was elegant beyond human skill. Light waves danced around it, creating shadows that moved as if alive. Sella stepped forward cautiously. This is the source. Everything leads here. Look at the patterns. They respond to us. Rafi examined the device. It is not powered by anything we know. No fuel, no solar cells, no reactor. And yet it works. Somehow it has survived all these years. Nora reached out but stopped. Do not touch it. Let us study it first. We do not know what it is capable of. Suddenly, the device pulsed stronger, and a soft melody filled the chamber. It was strange but beautiful, a song that seemed to echo through the minds of the crew. For a moment, time felt suspended. Each of them felt a connection, a sense of being part of something far greater than themselves. This is incredible, Sella whispered. It is like the station is alive, trying to communicate, trying to tell us something. Leanne shivered. It is almost like it knows we are human. Like it is waiting for us. Rafi nodded slowly. Then maybe it chose the right species. We are here. We are listening. And it may be ready to reveal its secrets. Nora looked at her crew, proud but cautious. We have come this far. The signal is not just a message. It is a test. And we will face it together. Stay sharp, everyone. This is only the beginning. As they gathered around the device, the station seemed to hum with anticipation. The lights flickered, the symbols glowed faintly, and the pulse of the signal grew stronger. The humans had reached the edge of something ancient, something beyond imagination, and the first step into a journey that would change their understanding of life, the universe, and themselves. The humans moved cautiously deeper into the station. The hallway stretched into darkness, lined with strange panels and flickering lights. Every step echoed like a whisper in a giant, empty hall. The signal continued to pulse softly, guiding them forward like a heartbeat. Nora led the way, her hand resting lightly on the wall. Stay alert, she said. We do not know what is waiting for us. Sella examined the symbols carved into the walls. These symbols are not just decoration. They are instructions, memories, and maybe warnings. Some of them respond when I touch them. Watch this. She pressed her palm against one set of symbols, and the wall shimmered with light. Suddenly, images filled the air in front of her, like tiny holograms floating in the dark. The crew saw cities of metal and glass, flying ships, and beings that moved gracefully through the structures. The images shifted, showing scenes of daily life, celebrations, and quiet moments of reflection. They are memories, Sella whispered, awed. I think the station stores the lives of the beings who built it. Every moment, every thought. It is alive through memory. Rafi scratched his head. How is this possible? Nothing like this exists in human technology. It is too advanced. Leanne stepped forward, his eyes scanning the images. But notice how it reacts to humans. When we approach, the patterns change. I think it is studying us. It may be learning who we are. Nora felt a shiver run down her spine. Then we must be careful. We do not know if it is friendly or dangerous. Keep your focus. Observe and record everything. As they continued, they entered a large atrium filled with strange machines. Some floated in the air, others hummed quietly on the floor. The air was warm and carried a faint, pleasant scent, almost like a garden. Sella reached out and touched a small orb floating in front of her. Light spread through it, and a soft voice whispered in her mind. It was a language she did not know, yet she understood the meaning. You are here. You are seen. You are welcome. Learn and protect. The crew exchanged glances. It speaks to us in a way we can understand, Leanne said. It is intelligent. This station is more than a building. It is a guardian, a keeper of knowledge. Raffi examined the floating machines. Some of these objects react only to humans. I tried to touch one, and it repelled me. Only Sela could interact. Maybe it recognizes us differently. Maybe humans have a unique connection to this technology. Nora nodded slowly. That fits with what we saw before. The signal, the way it called to us. We are not just visitors. The station expects us. They moved further and found a room filled with crystalline structures. Each crystal glowed with a soft light and emitted a gentle hum. When they approached, images appeared inside the crystals, showing scenes from different parts of the galaxy. Sela reached out to touch one, and instantly, a story unfolded in her mind. She saw a planet with oceans of green light, creatures that glided through the skies, and a civilization that disappeared long ago. These are lives, she said. Not just memories, but consciousness preserved. The station keeps civilizations alive, even after their worlds are gone. Raffi stepped back. It is incredible. The technology is beyond anything we could imagine. But why humans? Why did it call us here? Lian thought for a moment. Maybe it recognizes qualities in humans. Adaptability, courage, creativity. Maybe it chose a species it believes can understand and protect this knowledge. Nora's eyes narrowed. Then our purpose is clear. We are not here by accident. We are here to learn, to protect, and maybe to continue what others could not. The crew reached a central chamber, larger than any room they had seen. The ceiling curved high above, disappearing into darkness. At the center of the room was a large platform with multiple crystals floating above it. Each crystal pulsed in rhythm with the signal. Sela approached carefully. This is the heart of the station. It is a memory core, a place where all the knowledge and consciousness is stored. And it is responding to us. Suddenly, one of the crystals floated down and hovered in front of Nora. It glowed brighter, and she felt a gentle pull in her mind, like a tide of understanding. Images of countless worlds and civilizations flowed into her consciousness. She saw struggles, triumphs, art, science, and the quiet beauty of life itself. It is showing us everything, she whispered. Everything it has preserved. We can see lives that ended long ago, cultures that vanished. But it is more than history. It is alive through memory. Raffi stepped closer. It is not dangerous. But it wants something from us. I can feel it. Lian looked around, his voice serious. Maybe it wants humans to carry this knowledge forward. Maybe it believes in us when others failed. That is why it called us here. Sela smiled softly. Then we must be worthy. We must show it that humans can protect what it has saved. That we are capable of understanding and caring for these treasures. Nora nodded. We will. We have come too far to turn back. Whatever this station is, it is part of a larger purpose. And we will find that purpose. As they stood in the glowing chamber, the signal grew louder, filling the space with a rhythm that echoed through their minds. For the first time, the crew felt a deep connection to something greater than themselves. The station was not just a relic of the past. It was a bridge between the dead and the living, between civilizations long gone and the humans who now walked among their memories. This is only the beginning, Nora said quietly. We have found the station. But the real journey is just starting. There is more to discover, more to learn, and more to protect. And we will face it together. The humans took a deep breath and stepped closer to the crystals. The soft glow reflected in their eyes, and the gentle hum of the station filled their hearts with hope and determination. They knew that this place held secrets that could change humanity forever, and they were ready to uncover them. The humans moved carefully through the station, following the soft pulse of the signal. Each corridor seemed longer than the last, winding like the veins of a living creature. The air carried a faint warmth, and the hum of the station's energy filled every corner. It felt alive, as if it was aware of their presence. Nora led the crew with quiet confidence. "Stay close," she said. "We do not know what lies ahead, but we must continue." Sella ran her fingers along the walls, watching the symbols shift and glow under her touch. "The station is responding to us," she said. "I think it is guiding us to something important. Something it wants us to find." Raffi tapped on his wrist console. "Sensors detect hidden rooms beyond these walls. I think there are vaults built into the structure. They are sealed, but I can try to unlock them." Leanne nodded. "Be careful. We do not know what protections are in place. This station is old, and the technology is unlike anything we have seen. But humans are the only species capable of interacting with it safely. That is clear already." Raffi worked at the console, his fingers moving quickly. Lights blinked across the walls, and a low hum grew louder as the hidden vaults began to open. Slowly, heavy doors slid aside, revealing chambers filled with artifacts, machines, and glowing crystals. The crew stepped inside, eyes wide with awe. The vaults were filled with objects from civilizations long gone. Some objects were small, delicate, and intricate, while others were large and powerful, clearly designed for purposes the humans could not yet understand. Each item seemed to hum softly, as if alive with memory and knowledge. Sella approached a small, floating sphere. As she reached out, it glowed brighter, projecting a three-dimensional image of a city with towers of light and creatures moving gracefully through the streets. She felt a wave of emotion as the memory unfolded in her mind. "This is a life," she whispered. "Not just history, but experience. The station has preserved it." Raffi examined a large, metallic device with moving parts. "Some of these objects respond only to human presence. I cannot interact with them without setting off alarms. But Sella can. The station seems to recognize us differently. It trusts humans." Leanne walked among the vaults, studying the symbols and holographic displays. "It is testing us," he said. "Each artifact, each crystal, seems designed to measure our understanding, our creativity, our care. The station wants to see if we are worthy of its knowledge." Nora approached a pedestal in the center of one chamber. On it rested a crystalline cube that pulsed softly with light. She placed her hand near it, and the cube responded, projecting a vision of a planet with vast oceans and skies filled with floating islands. The vision shifted to show a civilization that had vanished long ago, leaving only the memories stored in the station. "These treasures are incredible," Nora said. "They are not just objects. They are the essence of civilizations. Knowledge, art, science, memory. And they are here for us to learn from and protect." Sella touched another crystal, and a soft voice filled her mind. It spoke in a language she did not know, yet she understood the meaning. "Guardians are chosen. Humans will carry the legacy. Learn and protect the treasures of the afterlife." Raffi looked at her in amazement. "It is saying humans are the guardians. We are chosen to protect these civilizations. That is why it called us here." Leanne added, "It is testing our ability to understand and care. Every action we take matters. The station is alive through its memories, and it wants us to prove that we can be worthy of its trust." Nora turned to the crew. "Then we must be careful and thoughtful. Every artifact, every memory is valuable. We cannot take it lightly. This station is more than a discovery. It is a responsibility." As they explored further, they found a vault filled with floating orbs of light. Each orb contained a different civilization, preserved as consciousness. When the crew approached, the orbs pulsed in rhythm with the station's signal. The light from the orbs filled the room, creating a sense of wonder and reverence. Sella reached out to one orb, and she felt a life flow into her mind. She saw a city built in harmony with nature, a society that valued knowledge, art, and peace. She felt their joys, their struggles, and their final moments as their planet fell into ruin. Tears welled in her eyes. They entrusted their lives to the station, she whispered. They wanted someone to remember them, and now we are here. Raffi placed his hand on another orb. It reacted differently, showing images of exploration, discovery, and invention. He felt the creativity of the civilization, their achievements, and their hopes for the future. It is incredible, he said. These memories are alive. And they are waiting for us to understand them. Lian studied the symbols carved into the walls around the orbs. They are instructions. Warnings. Advice. The station is teaching us how to interact with these civilizations. It is preparing us for something bigger. Something we cannot yet see. Nora nodded. Then we follow its guidance. We learn, we observe, and we protect. We are here for a purpose, and we will fulfill it. As they moved to leave the vault, the station pulsed brighter, as if acknowledging their understanding. The soft signal grew stronger, filling the chambers with light and warmth. The humans felt a sense of connection, a bond with the station and the civilizations it preserved. This place is alive, Sela said. Not with people, but with memory, knowledge, and purpose. It has waited for us, for humans, to arrive. Raffi smiled. Then we will not disappoint it. We are capable. Humans are capable of understanding and protecting what others could not. Lian added, this is only the beginning. There are more secrets in this station, more treasures to discover, and more challenges to face. We must stay ready and work together. Nora looked around at her crew, proud and determined. We have found the hidden vaults. We have seen the treasures of the past. But our journey is far from over. The station has more to teach us, and we will learn everything it has to offer. Together, we will uncover its greatest secrets. The crew took a moment to absorb the sight, the light, and the energy of the station. They felt honored and humbled to be chosen as guardians. The pulse of the signal echoed in their hearts, a reminder of the responsibility they carried. They had come seeking a signal, but they had found a legacy, a bridge between the dead and the living, between the civilizations that had passed and the humans who now walked among their memories. With renewed determination, they stepped forward, deeper into the station, ready to face whatever lay ahead. The hidden vaults had shown them wonders, but the heart of the station awaited, and they were prepared to discover the true treasures of the afterlife. The humans moved carefully through the glowing corridors of the station. Every step echoed in the vast emptiness, and the hum of the station seemed to grow louder as they approached the central chamber. The pulse of the signal guided them like a heartbeat, steady and insistent. The air was warmer here, and faint lights shimmered across the walls, showing patterns that danced and shifted as if alive. Nora led the way, her hand resting lightly on the wall. This is it, she said. The heart of the station. Whatever it wants from us, we will face it together. Sela studied the glowing symbols along the walls. The patterns are changing, she said. It is preparing for something. I think it is ready to test us. Raffi adjusted the sensors on his wrist console. I can feel it too. The energy is different here. The station is aware of us more than before. It is like it knows we are capable of understanding it. Lian nodded. We have seen its treasures, its memories, and its civilizations. Now it wants to see who we are. This is the real challenge. We are the ones it has chosen to prove ourselves worthy. As they entered the central chamber, the room lit up with a brilliance that made their eyes widen. Floating platforms circled the center, each holding a crystal or device that pulsed with energy. At the very heart of the room was a pedestal with a large, glowing orb. The orb emitted a soft melody that resonated in their minds, carrying a sense of calm and purpose. Sela stepped forward, her eyes fixed on the orb. This is the core of the station, she said. Everything leads to it. and it is alive with the knowledge of countless civilizations. Suddenly, a voice echoed through their minds. It was soft, calm, and firm at the same time. You have come far. You have seen what has been preserved. Now you must prove your worth. Only those who show understanding, courage, and care may continue. Are you ready? The crew exchanged glances. Nora nodded. We are ready. We will face your test together. The orb pulsed, and the room transformed. The walls disappeared, replaced by a vast landscape filled with shifting scenes. One moment they saw a city under attack, the next a forest burning in a storm, and then a quiet village filled with laughter and music. The station projected challenges from different civilizations, showing trials of survival, compassion, and problem-solving. Sella gasped. It is showing us situations that require choices. Every decision matters. It is testing our minds and hearts, not just our skills. Rafi took a deep breath. Then we must work together. Each challenge is designed to measure how we respond. We cannot fail. The first challenge appeared. A small community of beings faced a natural disaster. Flooding waters threatened their homes, and the humans had to find a way to save as many lives as possible without destroying the environment. The crew quickly analyzed the situation. Nora directed the plan, Sella calculated safe routes for evacuation, Rafi adjusted tools to control the water, and Lian coordinated their movements. The scene shifted, and the flood waters receded. The beings survived, and the station pulsed with approval. The first test was complete. Good work, the voice said. You have shown cooperation and compassion. But more challenges await. Your courage and creativity will be tested next. The second challenge appeared. A civilization faced a dilemma. A powerful machine could save the population, but it required a sacrifice. The humans had to decide how to act, balancing the needs of many with the cost of the few. The crew discussed their options carefully. They found a solution that minimized harm while achieving the goal, using tools and strategies that required creativity and courage. The machine activated, and the population was saved. The station pulsed again, brighter this time. The challenges were growing more difficult, but the humans faced them with calm determination and teamwork. Sella whispered, "It is learning from us as we learn from it. Every decision shapes the outcome. We are not just being tested, we are proving what humans are capable of." The third challenge appeared. This time, it was personal. Each member of the crew faced visions of their own fears and doubts. Nora saw failure and loss, Sella saw confusion and loneliness, Rafi saw danger and helplessness, and Lian saw mistakes that could cost lives. The orb's voice spoke gently. You must confront yourselves. Only those who face their own fears and act with understanding may continue. The crew closed their eyes and focused. Nora remembered the trust of her team and led with courage. Sella found strength in her curiosity and understanding. Rafi relied on his ingenuity to overcome obstacles. Lian embraced his responsibility and patience. One by one, they overcame their fears and doubts, proving that humans were not only capable of action but also of reflection and growth. The orb pulsed brightly, filling the chamber with light. The station acknowledged their success. The trials had shown that humans could balance intelligence with empathy, courage with careful thought, and creativity with responsibility. The room returned to its original form, and the orb glowed steadily in the center. The voice spoke one last time. You have proven your worth. You are capable of understanding and protecting the knowledge and civilizations preserved here. You are worthy to continue. Nora stepped forward, her eyes shining with determination. We will honor this trust. We will protect what has been preserved and learn all that the station has to teach. Sella reached out to the orb, and it responded to her touch, projecting visions of countless worlds and civilizations. She saw the beauty of creation, the struggles of life, and the achievements of countless beings. The station was alive with memory, and humans had proven that they could understand and carry that legacy forward. Raffi smiled. It is incredible. We are not just explorers anymore. We are guardians, chosen to protect these treasures of the past. Lien nodded. We have been tested, and we have succeeded. But this is only the beginning. The station holds more secrets, more knowledge, and more responsibilities. We must stay ready. Nora looked at her crew with pride. We have faced the test of worth. We have shown that humans are capable of courage, understanding, and care. Now we step forward to discover the true treasures of the afterlife. Together, we will honor what has been preserved and learn all that the station wishes to teach us. The humans stood in the glowing chamber, feeling the pulse of the station and the weight of their responsibility. They had proven themselves worthy, and the path forward was clear. The station had more to reveal, and they were ready to uncover its greatest secrets. As the light of the orb filled the chamber, the humans felt a deep connection to the station and to the civilizations it had preserved. The challenges had tested them, but they had succeeded. The pulse of the signal echoed in their hearts, a reminder of their purpose and the journey that lay ahead. With determination and hope, they stepped forward, ready to explore the station further, to uncover its hidden knowledge, and to carry the legacy of countless civilizations into the future. The test of worth was complete, but the adventure was only beginning. The humans stood in the glowing chamber, the orb pulsating softly in the center. The air was warm and filled with quiet energy, as if the station itself had recognized their success. For a moment, they simply stared, absorbing the feeling of connection to the civilizations preserved within. The pulse of the signal, once faint and mysterious, now seemed like a heartbeat in harmony with their own. Sela broke the silence. The station is not just preserving lives and knowledge. It has something to tell us. Something important. Nora nodded. We have proven ourselves. Now it is time to understand why we were chosen and what our purpose is here. Raffi examined the pedestal and the orb. The energy levels are increasing. The orb seems to respond to our presence, our thoughts, and our intentions. Maybe if we connect fully, it will communicate directly. Lien adjusted the controls on his wrist console. I think it is ready. We need to synchronize ourselves with the orb. Focus on understanding and openness, not fear or doubt. The crew gathered around the orb, placing their hands lightly near its surface. Immediately, the chamber filled with a bright but gentle light. The pulse of the signal became a rhythm in their minds, carrying a sense of calm and clarity. Then the voice spoke, clear and strong. Humans have arrived. You are the species we have waited for. Long ago, civilizations across the galaxy chose to preserve their knowledge, their lives, and their experiences. They created the station to protect their legacy. And now, you are here. You are capable of understanding and safeguarding what has been preserved. Sela gasped. It is speaking in human language, but not words we know. Somehow, it has learned to communicate directly with us. The voice continued. Other species came and went. They were curious, clever, or strong. But only humans have shown the qualities necessary to protect and carry the legacy of civilizations. You are adaptable, brave, and compassionate. You are the answer to what has been lost. Nora felt a surge of pride and responsibility. It is saying that humans are meant to continue what others could not. That is why we were chosen. The orb pulsed brighter, and the chamber transformed. Images of countless civilizations filled the space around them. They saw cities built in harmony with nature, vast knowledge preserved in light, and individuals striving for creativity, discovery, and understanding. Each image seemed to carry a story, a message of hope and perseverance. Raffi stepped forward, awe in his eyes. These civilizations trusted the station with everything they had. And now they are entrusting it to us. They believed humans could continue their work, learn from it, and protect it. Lian studied the projections. It is not just knowledge. It is wisdom, experience, and the essence of life itself. This is what the station wants us to carry forward. It believes in us when others failed. Sela reached out to touch one of the floating images. Instantly, a vision filled her mind. She saw a civilization on a planet covered in oceans and forests. Its people created art, music, and technology that was intertwined with the natural world. Then she felt the moment they disappeared, leaving only memories stored in the station. Tears filled her eyes. They wanted someone to remember them. They wanted someone to protect their legacy. And now we are here. The voice spoke again. Humans are the guardians. You will learn, you will protect, and you will carry this knowledge to the future. The treasures of the afterlife are yours to understand. You are the bridge between what was and what will be. Nora looked at her crew. We have been given a responsibility greater than anything we could imagine. We must honor it. We are not just explorers. We are protectors of civilizations, of knowledge, and of life itself. Raffi nodded. We have proven ourselves in the tests. Now we must prove ourselves in action. The station is showing us what humans can do when we face the unknown with courage and care. The orb began to rotate slowly, projecting a map of the galaxy. Tiny points of light marked planets, stars, and hidden stations. Some lights pulsed with the same rhythm as the station they were in. Others glowed faintly, waiting to be discovered. Lian studied the map carefully. These are coordinates. The station is showing us where other legacies are preserved. It is giving us a path, a journey to follow. Sela's eyes shone with excitement. We can find other stations, other treasures. We can continue the work of civilizations that have long disappeared. Humans are meant to explore and protect, not just for ourselves, but for the entire galaxy. Nora placed her hand on the orb. Then we will do it. We will learn everything the station wants to teach us. We will find the others, understand their knowledge, and carry it forward. We will honor the trust of those who came before. The chamber glowed brighter as if the station itself acknowledged their commitment. The pulse of the signal filled their minds and hearts with warmth, and they felt the presence of countless civilizations standing with them. The station had chosen humans because it believed in their potential, in their ability to rise above fear, selfishness, and limitation. Raffi smiled. We are not alone. Even if these civilizations are gone, their knowledge, their hopes, and their experiences live on. And now, we are the guardians. Lian added, it is a responsibility, yes, but also an opportunity. Humans have the chance to shape the future with the wisdom of the past. This is what makes us special. Sela touched the orb again, feeling the flow of information. It is incredible. We can see what they created, what they achieved, and what they left behind. And we can choose to protect it, learn from it, and share it responsibly. Nora took a deep breath, looking at her crew. This is the true purpose of the station. It was waiting for humans because we have the qualities needed to carry the legacy forward. We are here for a reason, and we will fulfill that reason. Together. The orb pulsed one last time, projecting a bright light that filled the chamber. The signal became a steady rhythm, a heartbeat that resonated with their own. The humans felt connected not only to the station but to the civilizations it preserved. They understood their responsibility and the trust placed in them. This is only the beginning, Nora said. We have received the message. We know why we were chosen. Now we must act. There are more stations, more treasures, and more knowledge waiting for us. And we will find them all. The crew left the central chamber, carrying with them the sense of purpose and connection that the station had given. The pulse of the signal continued to guide them, a reminder of their role as guardians. The message was clear: humans were not just another species in the galaxy. They were special, capable, and chosen to protect and continue the legacy of civilizations long gone. As they moved through the station, the glow of the orb faded but the feeling of responsibility remained. They knew the path ahead would be challenging, filled with discovery, danger, and wonder. But they also knew that humans were capable of rising to the occasion, of learning, protecting, and honoring the treasures of the afterlife. With determination in their hearts and the pulse of the signal in their minds, the crew prepared for the next step in their journey. The message had been received. The purpose was clear. And the adventure was only beginning. The humans had spent hours exploring the central chamber and absorbing the station's message. They understood their purpose and felt the weight of responsibility that had been placed upon them. But as they prepared to move deeper into the station, the pulse of the signal began to change. It grew uneven, like a heartbeat racing with alarm. Nora frowned. Something is wrong. The station is unstable. Everyone, stay alert and follow me. Raffi checked his sensors and gasped. Energy readings are dropping rapidly. The core is losing power. If we do not leave soon, parts of the station could collapse. Sella looked at the glowing crystals floating in the chamber. We have the treasures, the knowledge, and the memories. But we cannot stay here. The station is telling us to go. Liane nodded. It is like it is sacrificing itself to protect what we have learned. We must escape before it is too late. The crew moved quickly but carefully through the corridors. The soft hum of the station had turned into a low, rumbling vibration. Panels shook, and the walls flickered as if the station were struggling to maintain its structure. The pulse of the signal continued to guide them, but the light around the crystals began to dim. Nora led them to the vaults they had explored earlier. We cannot leave without the knowledge we came for, she said. Take what we can carry, but move fast. The station will not last much longer. Raffi quickly activated portable storage devices designed to record and hold the station's data. Crystals, holographic records, and small artifacts were transferred into the storage. Sella concentrated, ensuring that the memories and consciousness preserved in the crystals were fully connected to the devices before moving. Liane monitored the structural integrity of the station. Some corridors are unstable. We need to find the safest path to the airlock. Follow my lead and do not stray. As they moved, parts of the station began to collapse. Floors buckled, panels fell from the ceiling, and sections of the walls disintegrated into light. The crew dodged falling debris and guided the floating artifacts carefully. Every step required focus, coordination, and trust. This is worse than I imagined, Raffi said, glancing at a collapsing corridor. We need to move faster. The station cannot hold itself together much longer. Sella looked at a crystal she had carried in her hands. It contained the memories of a civilization that had built floating cities above a green ocean. They entrusted us with their lives and knowledge. We cannot let it be lost. We have to save it. Nora nodded. Keep moving. Focus on the path and the treasures. We are capable of this. Humans are strong, adaptable, and clever. We will succeed. They reached a large chamber where a significant section of the station had already collapsed. The pulse of the signal was erratic, almost panicked. Floating debris blocked the exit, but Liane found a narrow passage that led upward. This way, he called. It is risky, but it will take us to the main corridor leading to the airlock. The crew climbed carefully through the passage. Sparks flew from broken panels, and sections of the walls crumbled under their weight. Sella held the crystals close, whispering encouragement as if the station's treasures were alive and needed her protection. Raffi gritted his teeth. We are almost there. Just a little further. Humans can do this. We are capable of anything when we work together. Nora led the way, using her strength and determination to guide the team. They moved as one, each person anticipating the next step, each decision made with precision and care. The station's collapse tested their courage, intelligence, and teamwork, but they refused to fail. Finally, they reached the main corridor leading to the airlock. The walls around them shook violently, and a section of the ceiling began to fall. Lien held up his arm, signaling the others to stop. "Wait for it. Timing is everything. We go together on my mark." Nora counted down silently, then nodded. "Now." They sprinted through the corridor, dodging falling panels and debris. Raffi used tools to stabilize the artifacts floating beside them. Sela focused on keeping the memories connected to the storage devices. Lien led the way, guiding them through the safest path. The rumbling grew louder as the station's core began to fail. Light flickered across the walls, and the pulse of the signal became chaotic. Yet the humans did not hesitate. Their determination, courage, and teamwork allowed them to navigate the collapsing structure. At last, they reached the airlock. Nora activated the controls, and the doors opened to the void of space. The crew moved quickly, bringing the artifacts and storage devices with them. Outside, the Odyssey waited, engines glowing softly in the darkness. Raffi carried the last of the portable devices aboard the ship. "We did it," he said, breathing heavily. "We saved the treasures, the knowledge, and the memories. Humans are capable of anything when we work together." Sela placed the floating crystals carefully inside the storage bay. "They entrusted us with everything. And we succeeded. The station may be gone soon, but the civilizations live on through us." Lien looked back at the station. The structure began to collapse entirely, glowing brilliantly as it disintegrated into light. The pulse of the signal faded, leaving only silence in the vacuum of space. "It is gone," he said quietly. "But its legacy remains. And humans carried it forward." Nora took a deep breath, feeling the weight of what they had accomplished. "We have proven ourselves. We were tested, and we succeeded. We are not just explorers. We are guardians of civilizations, protectors of knowledge, and keepers of history." The crew gathered on the observation deck, watching the last fragments of the station vanish into the void. They felt connected to the civilizations they had saved, honored to be chosen as their guardians. The pulse of the signal may have faded, but the responsibility and purpose it carried remained strong in their hearts. Raffi smiled. "We faced the collapse and came through. Humans are resilient, adaptable, and brave. We can overcome anything when we work together." Sela nodded. "And we will continue. There are more stations, more treasures, and more civilizations waiting. We have the knowledge and the courage to find them and protect them." Lien added, "The station may be gone, but it left us with a message and a path. Humans are capable of greatness, and now we have proof. We are chosen for this responsibility." Nora looked at her crew, proud and determined. "The collapse tested us, but we survived and succeeded. Now we carry the treasures and the knowledge forward. The adventure is not over. The galaxy is vast, and our purpose is clear. Humans will rise to the challenge and honor the civilizations that entrusted us with their legacy." As the Odyssey moved away from the collapsing station, the crew felt a renewed sense of purpose. They had faced danger, uncertainty, and the loss of an ancient place, yet they had prevailed. The treasures of the afterlife were safe in their hands, and the knowledge of countless civilizations would live on because humans were capable, determined, and brave. The stars stretched before them, full of possibilities and hidden wonders. The humans had proven themselves, but their journey had only just begun. The pulse of the station may have faded, but the heartbeat of purpose, courage, and discovery beat strong within them. With determination and hope, the crew set a course for the next destination. The galaxy held more secrets, more civilizations, and more treasures. And humans were ready to meet the challenge. The Odyssey sailed through the quiet darkness of space, leaving behind the ruins of the station. Its glow had faded, leaving only the stars and the hum of the ship's engines. The crew stood together on the observation deck, staring out at the vast galaxy. Each of them felt the weight of the responsibility they had carried and the treasures they now safeguarded. Nora broke the silence. We did what we were chosen to do. We preserved the knowledge, the memories, and the legacy of civilizations that no longer exist. But this is only the beginning. Our journey continues. Sela smiled softly, holding a small crystal in her hands. These treasures are alive in a way we cannot fully explain. They carry the lives, the hopes, and the dreams of beings long gone. And now we are their guardians. Humans have been given a unique role, and we must honor it. Raffi leaned against the railing, watching the stars streak past. We faced challenges, tests, and even the collapse of the station itself. Yet we succeeded. Humans are capable of courage, creativity, and care in ways no other species has shown. That is why we were chosen. Lian studied the data streams from the storage devices. The station left us a map, coordinates to other stations, other treasures scattered across the galaxy. Each one contains knowledge, memories, and civilizations preserved for the future. We are not alone in this. Our purpose is to find them, protect them, and learn from them. Nora nodded. Then we make a plan. We will follow the path the station has shown us, visit the other stations, and continue the work that those civilizations began. We are explorers, yes, but more than that, we are guardians. And humans are strong enough to carry this responsibility. Sela activated one of the storage devices. Holographic images of civilizations filled the room, each one a glimpse into a world that once existed. She touched one carefully, feeling the flow of memories and experiences. These civilizations trusted us with their lives. They believed that humans could understand and protect them. We cannot fail them. Raffi grinned. We already faced danger and uncertainty and succeeded. We are humans. We adapt, we survive, and we overcome. The galaxy may be vast, but we are ready for whatever comes next. Lian added, the treasures are not just knowledge. They are lessons. They are examples of courage, compassion, and creativity. They are what we can learn from to become better humans and to help others. That is what makes us special. Nora placed her hand on the railing, looking out at the endless stars. Every civilization preserved in that station had something unique to teach. And now we have the chance to learn it, carry it forward, and share it responsibly. That is the purpose we have been given. The crew spent hours studying the data, learning from the preserved civilizations. They saw societies that had mastered harmony with nature, developed incredible technology, and created art and culture beyond imagination. They saw the challenges each civilization faced and the choices they had made to survive and thrive. Sela looked up from her console. It is amazing. Each station will be different, but every one will teach us something valuable. And humans are capable of understanding, of learning, and of protecting that knowledge. That is why we were chosen. Raffi smiled. It is not just about exploration. It is about responsibility. Humans have the ability to rise to challenges, to adapt, and to care for what is important. That is why the station called us here. That is why we are guardians. Lian nodded. The galaxy is full of unknowns, but humans have qualities that make us capable of facing them. Courage, creativity, understanding, and empathy. Those are our greatest strengths. And now we can use them to protect civilizations and knowledge that would otherwise be lost. Nora looked at each member of the crew. We have proven ourselves. We faced the test, survived the collapse, and safeguarded the treasures of the station. Now we set our course for the next destination. We will continue the work of those who came before, and we will honor their trust. The Odyssey shifted course, engines glowing softly as the ship moved toward the first coordinate marked by the station. The stars stretched before them, a vast canvas of possibilities. Each light was a world, each world a story, and each story a treasure waiting to be discovered. Sela activated the navigation console, inputting the coordinates from the storage devices. The first station is far, but it is reachable. And each one we find will bring us closer to understanding the galaxy, the civilizations that lived here, and the purpose humans are meant to fulfill. Raffi adjusted the engines. Humans are resilient. We can overcome distance, danger, and uncertainty. We can learn from the past and protect it for the future. That is why we are capable of this mission. Lian studied the stars, his mind racing with possibilities. Each station we find will be a test, a lesson, and a treasure. But we are ready. Humans are clever, adaptable, and determined. We will succeed where others could not. Nora smiled at her crew. We are the guardians of the afterlife. We carry the legacy of civilizations that no longer exist, and we have the opportunity to protect and learn from it. The journey ahead will not be easy, but humans are capable. We will rise to the challenge and honor the trust placed in us. As the Odyssey moved through the darkness of space, the crew felt a sense of purpose and hope. They were not just explorers, they were protectors, learners, and guardians. They had proven themselves in the face of tests, danger, and collapse. Now they faced the infinite possibilities of the galaxy with courage, determination, and a deep understanding of their role. Sela looked out at a distant star. The galaxy is vast, but we are not afraid. We have seen the treasures of the afterlife, and we know that humans are capable of carrying them forward. We are ready. Raffi nodded. We will face whatever comes next. Humans have always adapted, survived, and risen to challenges. This mission is no different. We will continue the work we were chosen to do. Lian added, and every station we find, every treasure we uncover, will teach us more about the galaxy, the civilizations that lived here, and what it means to be human. That is our reward and our responsibility. Nora placed her hand on the control panel, setting the ship on a steady course. The future awaits. We will continue the journey, uncover the treasures, and protect the knowledge of countless civilizations. Humans are capable, chosen, and ready for this responsibility. Together, we will honor the past and shape the future. The crew stood together, watching the stars stretch into the distance. The treasures of the afterlife were safe in their hands, and the mission had only just begun. Humans had proven themselves worthy, and the galaxy awaited their courage, determination, and wisdom. With hope in their hearts and the pulse of purpose guiding them, the Odyssey sailed onward. The adventure was far from over. The treasures of the afterlife were only the beginning, and humans were ready to meet the future with strength, intelligence, and compassion. The stars shone brightly, and the galaxy stretched endlessly before them. Humans were chosen, capable, and determined. Their journey had begun, and the future awaited.